Hello and welcome. Today we're at Universal Studios in Singapore and we're about to take a look around the Supply Vault, which is the big shop that is connected to the 3D Transformers The Ride. Now I have slowed the video down, but you're still going to have to pause it where you need to. I've done my best to pan over absolutely everything with regards to limited edition action figures, different hoodies, t-shirts and that kind of thing. Because I know lots and lots of people like coming into these shops, and of course they've got exclusive Universal Studio products there. So let me know in that comment section if there is anything that you spot and like the look of. Now, the time of season that I was there was very, very quiet, which was great. I went in June of 2025, and it was just seemed to be a perfect time to go. But there was loads and loads of different ones of these. Now, some of them obviously are easily available with regards to what character they are, but there is also exclusive ones to the Universal Studios banner as well. And like I said, I do my best to pan around absolutely everything, so we take a good look at all of the merchandise that is available. Now, another reason why, should I say, that the store was quite quiet on the day of me filming is the actual Transformers The Ride was closed. So normally what you would do is you get on the ride, obviously do the ride, get off, and then you have to walk through this store to then obviously get back out again, but you just didn't have the foot flow. So it was really, really nice and simple just to come in, loop around, see all the different bits and pieces that you wanted to see, and then obviously you could then just carry on with the rest of your day. But you can see all of the different action figures that are in there. A lot of them will be under the Hasbro banner. There are some other ones under different banners as well. Very, very expensive figures that are also dotted around, as you can see as we are panning about. But it does say obviously for display only, and some of them, well, you might have been able to have bought them at some point, so potentially they might not have them in store anymore, but the displays were very, very impressive. Now, this store is a completely different layout to the one that they've got over in Florida, so it is always nice to see the differences as you go through. And obviously, we are in the Sci-Fi City section of the theme park, so it is slightly different again to what they've got at Universal Studios in Florida, because you kind of just sort of walk around different bits and pieces. It's not really in its own area as such, whereas this is completely marked on the map as Sci-Fi City. You come through from the Egypt on the one side, and then you've got loads of the big roller coasters, and then you've got other little bits and pieces, and it is all under different sci-fi banners. But Nest is the action talking point of what this 3D ride is all about. So the story is still the same from here to the other, and of course you can get all the fancy merchandise, lots of hoodies, lots of t-shirts, lots of other little bits and pieces that are available. As like I said, we're just going to sort of skip over and pan around absolutely everything, and of course pause it where you need to, because some of the bits and pieces are quite expensive. I think you did have the voice activated bits and pieces here as well, which were very, very expensive. But now we're getting into the section which I think lots of you do like, which is obviously all of these. Now, I think that is one of the exclusive ones, as is this one as well for Prime, because it's got the Universal Studios at the top right-hand corner, and they were stacked of them. So there's lots and lots of different ones. Now, it did seem to me that Bumblebee had changed slightly since I was here last time. So I don't know if they do from time to time give them different paint apps and that kind of thing, and they still make them out that they are obviously exclusive to this actual store. And you can see the different action figures that are available now from different companies. And obviously you can see we've got Blockies, which I think is, well, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what that is. So I zoomed in on that because I was going to Google it before I started to do the voiceover of this video, and I didn't. So you guys and girls are gonna have to let me know what's all about in there. Like I said, I have slowed this video down, but I was in here long enough as it is. It's obviously a very, very busy day to try and film absolutely everything. So we might be going over bits and pieces just that little bit quick. But again, just pause it where you need to. Jump a comment with regards to your collection, what it is you like the look of. Is there anything new here since when you came last season? Are you going to be coming this summer? Are you coming next summer? It is well worth it with regards to the sort of link up of shops to different rides to all of the other little bits and pieces that they've got. They have obviously opened up a brand new Minions land over here. So there's going to be tons and tons of videos coming from Universal Studios in Singapore over the next couple of weeks to this channel. And then, of course, there'll be other travel bits and pieces mixed in after that before I get to my next theme park. So that is how this channel works. It's a mix of travel and theme park content. And obviously, I try and get into all of the other shops and see all the different bits and pieces that are available at Universal Studios with regards to the hoodies, the t-shirts, and that kind of thing. Because of course, well, they've got shops everywhere. So this isn't the biggest store. It's a big one, but there are bigger stores about, which we do take a good look at as we go through. And again, I think you've got your 3 3/4 inch just down on there. Then you've got some Hasbro bits and pieces mixed in with that block. And then you have got other ones dotted around as well. So there's a lot. So if you wanted to start your own Transformers collection, you can do it. And I think they did have a lot of Transformers the movie. So they had a lot of the, I think it's the 86, I think. So they had a lot of those that are available, and then they had all the nice movie artwork that was dotted around on there as well. So again, if you're trying to find some that are hard to find, well, they're well stocked in here. And of course, as I run the Off by a Stud Lego channel as well, 9 times out of 10, when you go to a Legoland theme park, they tend to have a lot more stock there than what they do actually in the stores. And again, available that is online, just because not so many people bring all the big bits and pieces back. You have to make sure that if you are coming here on holiday, leave yourself some space when you pack to bring some of these bits and pieces home. And obviously, you can potentially take them through as hang luggage as long as you don't get crushed, because I'm sure some of you will want some of these different bits and pieces that we are taking a look at right now. So we are nearly at the halfway mark. Like I said, I have slowed this down. That to my right-hand side is where stampedes of people should be coming through, hence why you got the supply vault, because obviously that's where we're at. And because the ride was closed, like I said, we could just spend quite a bit of time in this corner, because don't forget, this is obviously the first thing that normally you would see. It's only idiots like me that just actually end up walking in the shop just to film all the bits and pieces and leave. Normally, you would just go on the ride, and then potentially these are the better sellers. So even though it seems a little bit weird them being so far into the store, don't forget it is in line of sight, and it would be the first thing you see as you come off the ride. You can pick it up, take it to the till. I don't know though if you have to hold on to it for the whole time, or if they do offer like a collection service at the end of the day. That is something that I didn't get round to asking. I know they do that at the Legoland Park. So as you leave, you can then just give your ticket in and they will give you that back. But they are purposely set up for that, because don't forget, some of those things for the boxes are enormous. Whereas these, I don't know if you just have to hold on to it all day, which could be a bit of a pain in the backside, especially if you're getting on any of the roller coasters. You've got to put your stuff in all of the smaller lockers. And don't forget, for the lockers, you do get charged after a certain amount of time. And I think you actually get charged if you get a bigger locker anyway. So it could work out to be quite an expensive toy if you did get it too early in the day. So maybe it might be worth picking up towards the end of the day rather than getting it first thing. But again, just do whatever suits you. Now, as we're coming around, you can see there are more different bits and pieces to pick from. Again, lots of these either repeats that we've already seen, or now we are looking at different bits and pieces from completely different companies. And again, there's lots and lots and lots of people that have much better toy knowledge than I do, because I'm more Lego based. But with regards to the Transformer franchise and that kind of thing, it is something that I did grow up with, and obviously I do appreciate it as well. So I think they do look very, very smart with regards to all of the different types of things that you can do, all the different collections that you can get from. And of course, with the news of the potential new movie that's going to be coming out, I would imagine then there'll be a whole new wave of toy lines and everything. Now, Jada Toys has made an appearance here. So congratulations to Jada Toys, and all of your bits and pieces look great with regards to all of the special edition bits and pieces. So very, very impressed with that. Now, again, if you don't know who they are now available in all sorts of toy shops dotted around the UK. And the fact that they've made it over this far, it must be that they are branching out worldwide as well, which is great, because of course they're probably potentially just going into the Universal studio bits with their IPs and things like that. But no, very impressed to see those, and I am 99% sure that that did have Jada written on the top right hand corner of the box. That's why I remember it, because I was actually very, very surprised to see that is there. Now, if I'm wrong, correct me. but I'm not going to stop the video and Google it. So I am almost sure that that is the case. It would be quite funny if that was completely the wrong thing for me to say. It was a completely different toy company, but I am almost sure that it is, because they do lots and lots of different crossovers with regards to different bits and pieces. And it is always nice to see a new company or a new up and coming company doing very, very well. So again, you have got all of these bits and pieces. This is something that they do over here. So you can see that it is all color coded, and it's just easy to see what the price is. You can see the label on there with it being blue and everything else like that. They're either written on the front or the back of the different bits and pieces, and then you can just pick up whatever it is that you want to pick up, and then you can just continue with your day, obviously. And again, you've got all these big bags, you've got all the big hoodies, you've got some pens and other little bits and pieces like that. There is a full selection of absolutely everything and anything that you can think of in this store, and of course they've got them dotted around other stores as well. So like, as you're about to leave the park, they've got them under the Universal Studios store as well, which is a big thing to walk in and obviously pick up your bits and pieces. But this, bearing in mind, it is all one IP. Just imagine what it's like in the mega stores that they've got dotted around, where they've got a bit of absolutely everything from every franchise. Because don't forget, they've got Super Mario over in Universal Studio Parks. They've got the Harry Potter bits and pieces. They've got the Transformers stuff. They've got Minions. They've got so many different IPs. The amount of merchandise and stock that they can sell, it is mind blowing. And again, they are a lot of keyrings to pick from. So these are like double or triple sided. So I just started to spin those around so you can see. But they're not the cheapest. That was 25 Singapore dollars. So obviously, if you want to start doing the exchange rate of different bits and pieces, it's not US dollars, it is Singapore dollar that you need to then chop and change and transfer over. And again, some of the other little bits and pieces seem to be very, very good value with regards to the quality and that kind of thing as well. But other bits and pieces did seem to be rather pricey. But again, it is what it is, and you get what you pay for. I have got a Jurassic Park hoodie from Universal Studios in Florida, and the printing on that has been absolutely fine for the amount of time that I've had it and worn it and all that kind of thing. And I also have got some Transformers t-shirts from over there as well, and they've all done fine. So it's not like you're going to only get a couple of washes out of it. They will last, he says, but they have for me anyway. So again, got a good selection of those different t-shirts up on there, and of course they've got toys dotted around in all the different plexiglass cabinets, and they have got other little bits and pieces on the wall. Again, some of this stuff I've never really seen before with regards to the type of merchandise bits and pieces that you can get. There is a lot to digest very, very quickly as you start to walk around. So if you know what you're going in for, you could literally just snatch and grab and do whatever it is that you wanted to do. But you could also spend quite a long time just picking up everything from umbrellas to towels to t-shirts to hoodies to hats to magnets to it just doesn't end, does it? And then that's not including all of the different toy manufacturers that are here as well. And of course, you have got a mix of the different film franchises within their own nest stuff. So obviously Bumblebee, with regards to the film that came out a couple of years back, that's I think one of the more recent films, apart from obviously Beast Wars, which has been out and about, and they didn't seem to have much of those out. They didn't have any of the toy line in there, so I don't know if that film didn't do very well over in Singapore, or if it just hasn't hit the theme park for whatever reason. There might have been bits and pieces that I've missed, and there might have been one or two T-shirts that are there, but with regards to it being the newest of films, I thought they would have been out the most. But again, let me know if you are going in, because of course the stock will change all of the time. So keep us up to date. I know it has changed massively in the year and a bit that I went last, because I'm very, very lucky to be able to get over there, with regards to just how cost effective our flights are from time to time. And of course, I will be doing more Universal and Disney Park content from different places around the world, potentially again in 2026. So there might be more than one different Universal Park coming. So there'll be lots and lots of content sooner rather than later relating to theme park bits and pieces. But again, you've got a lot of it to come from this amazing theme park. So we have got less than 1 minute left. So if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Again, let us know where you are going to be going for the year of 2025 or 26 or further afield with regards to getting yourself to any of the Universal theme parks. I've managed to get to a couple of them now dotted around the world. I've gone to a couple in America and obviously I've come over to here as well, but they do have a very, very good selection dotted around the world. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care and I'll catch you next one.